Alright, welcome back everyone. It is LaughNgamez here. I am back, and it is time for another Starcraft 2 1 vs 1 replay cast. Today we have got AlphaStar as per usual. Every other day is AlphaStar Day. And we're on the map New Repugnancy. In the bottom left-hand side of the map, going to be challenging AlphaStar. It is a Masters Protoss. And in the top right-hand side of the map, we have got AlphaStar playing Protoss 2, so a good old PvP. Protoss basically just having a cheese measuring competition. I think that's really what PvP is. It's like, my cheese is bigger than yours. But, jokes aside, AlphaStar always fun to watch in PvP. Gonna be going for not a second gas. For a second I thought the AI was about to change course a little bit as AlphaStar... Oh, interesting. What? Interesting opening. Whoa. Yeah, very odd opening from AlphaStar. As we take a look at the Masters player, who's doing more of a usual opening for StarCraft 2 PvP. AlphaStar, I guess, going about it in its own way, getting the later gas. Yeah, anyway, not a gateway first for AlphaStar. The Masters player, interestingly enough, too, is electing to skip going for a full wall off at the top of the ramp, so both players skipping that. Looks like the Masters player has sent out one probe, then gonna build his pylon at the top of the ramp. That's quite interesting. Yeah, overall, I guess this build for AlphaStar, it's just interesting. I'm pretty sure the standard usually is gateway, gas, gas, gateway, then cybercore. If I'm not mistaken, AlphaStar doing this build, I guess it's got more minerals, whereas the Masters player has like a slight amount more gas, if he wanted it. Yeah, I don't know. AlphaStar seems to just be quicker and better with a slightly higher probe count. Interesting little thing like that. But ladies and gentlemen, seeing as how AlphaStar does have 2 more probes, let's do some quick math and say does have 2 more probes than the Masters player and 4 army supply. Let's go 2x4, so let's go 8 likes. If we can get a 2x4 amount of likes, that would be great. Stargate's on the way for AlphaStar. The Masters player did run in with his probe to scout out AlphaStar's base. Saw the 2 gateway opening. Pretty standard stuff. Both players have elected to go for 2 Adept. We'll see how they head each other off. The Masters player does group his Adept up. He's going to run into AlphaStar's Adept as the 2 players skirmish. Who's going to commit to their shade? Looks like the answer is both players will. Now, the Masters player, he actually hasn't fired up any units till now. He just elects to go for a wall off on the high ground. Going for a very interesting wall. It's not usually you use one of your critical tech structures as your wall, the Twilight Council. And the Masters player now gets his 2 Adepts into AlphaStar's base, so actually doing a really good job with this, getting quite a number of probes. Wow! 4 probes in all. Do we have a 5th? Do we have a 5th? Yes, we have a 5th. This Adept also gets out. That's really nice. Can use that later for a scout. All the while, the Masters player did keep AlphaStar out of his own base, so taking a slight probe lead. He's now getting Blink and Chrono boosting it out off of 1 base, which might be a little bit predictable, as AlphaStar, or a little bit visible, I guess, should be what I'd say. As AlphaStar decides to throw up a Nexus, then a Robo, while making a couple of Phoenix. There's a chance that the Masters player is just going to power up and go for like a big Blink attack. We'll see how that's going to work out. We really should be seeing like 1 more Gateway go up or something, or a Gateway and a Robo if he is going to commit to an attack, as you do need that production, obviously. You can't just go mass Blink Stalkers off of 2 Gateways. There's the Robo going up. I imagine we should see at least 1 more Gateway fire up too for the Masters player, because he really doesn't want to miss out on that production. Like, there really should be another Gateway. Maybe he just wants to throw up a Nexus, we shall see, and just go for like a more defensive Blink, which isn't too common in PvP. The Stalker's going to be attacking these Depths, wall off on the high ground to ensure that these Depths are caught and killed. That's nice for the Masters player. There's the Robo on the way, and looks like both players are just going to keep macroing up. AlphaStar with the slightly quicker Nexus, or quicker by about 50 seconds. So not a small margin, not a huge margin. The Masters player just chilling with his Blink Stalkers, but a very low amount of Blink Stalkers, I'll say. As he is still just on the 2 gateways, he's going to catch some Adepts of AlphaStar. Those Adepts who actually complete their Shade, though, heading towards the Natural. What does the Masters player have to deal with this? A couple of Stalkers he's warped in. And he's actually just moving across the map with his Stalkers, which is a little odd and risky. With this few Stalkers against Phoenix, he can actually just have his Stalkers be lifted up and just be easy pickings. A ballsy blink from the Masters player. Tries to target down that Oracle, almost gets it, but not quite. It's saved by the shield battery, and now the Stalkers are in trouble as they can't escape due to the Phoenixes. And so yeah, big overcommitment from the Masters player. He has locked out the Adept of AlphaStar, but still not liking his position, and why he hasn't thrown up more gateways. That's my question. We really should be seeing those extra gateways on the way, as you gotta be able to make things if your opponent decides to make things too and come and attack you. Right now, AlphaStar is just chilling on 2 gateways, but also going production-wise with the Phoenix, and then already having made a few Immortals, so I do like AlphaStar's position a little bit better. The Masters player has cut probe production amid some of the chaos, so he's down about 10. He does have the Stalkers to shoo away the Phoenix, which is nice. Looks like some Stalkers gonna take, or Phoenix gonna take a shot or 2. Stays alive though, so that's good. The Masters player, what is he gonna go into? Looks like the choice is the Templar Archives. Okay, Phoenix being pushed away. Masters player at 33 probes, gonna keep building more though, at least, which is good to see. Immortal being chrono boosted out. Probe running to build a potential 3rd base. Gonna be getting picked off by those Phoenix. Alright, Stalkers coming on in. They blink underneath. Shoots that Phoenix. Not quite able to get it. Once again, he's moving out, though, with a very low number of Stalkers, which is making me nervous. 4 Stalkers loses to 8 Phoenix. He does have more, but they're just not in position. They gotta be careful, though. They gotta be careful, though. Alright, Stalkers now getting on top of them. A High Templar feedback a couple of the Phoenix, but if we take a look, AlphaStar's coming in for a big attack. The Immortals are actually just going to get lifted up by the Phoenix. The Archon's going to finish up now, which is actually a very big deal in this fight. Stalkers are doing what they can against this. It's going to be an interesting battle. No shield battery from the Masters player, though, which seems almost like a little bit of a waste. Now, all of a sudden, he's lost a lot of his units. The Phoenix are still lifting up more. Probes have to be pulled, but with the Archons and Immortals already dead, it's looking like AlphaStar is just going to come forward to get a victory. Phoenix, once again, being a clutch unit for AlphaStar. The Immortals are getting surrounded by the Probes, however, there's not too much left here for the Masters player. There we go, 4 Stalkers coming in from the main base. A little bit late, though, as most of the Probes have died. The Masters player has lost a lot. Looks like he might get the Immortal. The Probes doing what they can against it, but the Immortal does stay alive, and the Phoenix can just keep lifting up these Stalkers. There's such a high count in them. And yeah, it's looking real bad, bud, for the Masters player. Phoenix going to just keep lifting. And yeah, AlphaStar just bopping again. A couple of Stalkers casually stroll into the main base of the Masters player. Phoenix, yeah, they can just keep lifting Stalkers. And there ain't a lot that the Masters player can do at this point. AlphaStar is out of energy, so he's saved for a very, very brief moment. But he's already dead, he just doesn't know it yet. AlphaStar has got a prism moving across the map now. Maybe the Masters player is going to try and hang on and drag this out, but I really don't see a universe which he wins this. The Phoenix come in, they've got enough energy just to lift up the Immortal casually, and Immortals are heavy boys, so that's not an easy task. Another Stalker getting lifted up, another couple Stalkers getting lifted up. As a matter of fact, pretty much all the Stalkers getting lifted up, like a kid at a birthday party just being raised into the air, and now we see those Stalkers are just not doing too well. They're having a real bad time. Probes being pulled. I guess the logic there is that the Phoenix can't lift all of us, And, yeah. Now we see that this just ain't looking too good. The Stalkers are being surrounded and killed by the probes, but the Masters player has barely got any economy, and the Phoenix are still there. Yes, GG gets called. AlphaStar takes it. Okay, so AlphaStar did to that Protoss player what AlphaStar does to most players, which is do things that make them lose. Yeah, that was just a standard AlphaStar showing. Humans gotta get better at making workers, let me tell ya. That's the root of all problems in life. Anytime something bad happens, make more workers. That's a good life. That's a good life motto. This is okie dokie. Is this gonna be one of them Pooly builds? But he's making drone. I don't even know. What's this third thing? Why is this drone leaving here already? It's a ZVZ AlphaStar taking on a Diamond Zerg. The Diamond Zerg went for one of the earliest possible scouts you can, and is then just gonna go for an expo. But like, it's not gonna make, like, even if it does scout AlphaStar's early pool, but it's not. I'm not gonna be like, yeah, no, I'll just get right on building that spawning pool. I think you're better off just doing a build which you go for like a hatch then pool right away as the safer alternative. No, this Diamond Zerg, he scouts this. He has yet to start up his own pool, which is pretty interesting. And yeah, all right, let the games begin. And it really just bugs me how this drone never turned in his money. He stole from work, basically. He's just a rich boy running away with his bounty, but now he's gonna bring it home. Anyway. Spawning pool on the way for the Diamond player in response to AlphaStar's pool, but we'll see if AlphaStar even makes many lings. Looks like it's just the one queen on the way. And then the game's gonna go from there. Yeah, drone scouting really isn't common for Zerg for the most part though. Just due to the nature of how Overlords will get the scout off eventually, and how it costs so much to the Zerg. Alright, now the Diamond player starting up his Ling speed, getting up his Queen, gonna be producing, making a couple of Lings, and still mining gas, full tilt, notably. AlphaStar is mining gas itself, but its speed is gonna be a little bit later. Economy is going to be a little bit later, but at the same time, the Diamond player is actually throwing up a Baneling nest, interestingly enough. So AlphaStar already ahead in the workers, could now be facing some Lingbane pressure, or is this just a safety Bane nest from the Diamond Zerg? I'm really not sure. Overall, though, we'll see this game keep on going as the Diamond Zerg is just churning out drones and still mining full gas, so I guess he just wants to make a lot of Banelings. Or he's going to be mining full gas once that drone rallies there. AlphaStar just churning out more and more drones, probably going to be heading towards a bit of a lead on that. Its own Baneling nest is on the way too, which is pretty notable. We could have a little bit of Lingbane ZVZ micro. The AI as well hasn't actually gone for any Zerglings yet this game, so playing a pretty greedy opening. Usually in most pro matches, you'll see at least one or two Lings running forward, trying to get a scout off, something like that. That hasn't been the case in this ZVZ. And we see a Roach Warren now on the way for the Diamond player, which is also interesting. A Roach is going to be coming AlphaStar's way, potentially. Here we do see AlphaStar with his couple of Lings running back and forth. The Diamond player has decided to send in his two Speedy Boys to try and get a scout off. AlphaStar has still been mining gas this game, but hasn't actually got up Ling speed. Those two Lings did actually get cut down before they made it into the main base, though, which is pretty notable. Really good job for AlphaStar shutting down that scout. So the Diamond player, he's in the dark a little bit. He does decide to throw up 7 drones. But still, AlphaStar in a pretty good economic position compared to its opponent. Kind of just one step ahead this game, making 10 more drones. That being said, the Diamond player, he's starting to fire up some Roaches. If he just laid on the Roach key, maybe he could go for an attack and hit AlphaStar, which hasn't started up its own Roach Warren. We'll see if that's going to be the case, though. The Diamond player has got himself a little bit supply blocked. That supply block ends now, but he'll need to make another Overlord. And he does decide to make just a few more drones, fire up a layer. So yeah, No aggression coming AlphaStar's way this game. All the while the AI, yeah, just throwing up a third base. I guess pretty happy with how the game's going. A couple of roaches may be seen to be like, oh, whoa, roaches. But only 2 of them. That's pretty interesting. The AI as well has also skipped speed completely, just saving that gas. The +1, or the +1 started, but there ain't been no roach warren yet. I get the feeling that this drone has that purpose. What is your purpose? You build roach warrens? Oh my god. Anyway, third's on the way for AlphaStar. Third's on the way for the Diamond player a little bit later. The Diamond player's getting up his lair, getting up his Evos now. The AI does have a better economy overall. Yeah. Quite an interesting ZVZ between these 2 players. I don't know who's going to take it. AlphaStar decides to fire up Link Speed 5 minutes and 20 seconds into the game. So a bit of a derpy Alpha Zerg is what we've got here. Next up is more roaches on the production tab for the Diamond player. I get the feeling that this is just a safety amount of roaches. AlphaStar now has its own roach warren on the way. Now starting to get up to a very strong economy, even floating a little bit of money, potentially just to be able to make a ton of units. As the Zerg just goes up and up and up on workers here. As we take a look, it's 55 drones to 33. The Diamond Zerg is going to be coming on in, running to the lings of AlphaStar. Sees the drones mining at the 3rd base. Actually going to be able to grab a couple, deny a little bit of mining time. AlphaStar's roach warren is now done. We'll see if we're going to get a bunch of roaches being made now. Or not. Or not. Looks like that's the case. So yeah, pretty normal game we've got so far. Or actually, you know what? This is pretty abnormal. This is one of the remaining... Actually, this is, I think, it's pretty much the last normal low-tier AlphaStar match we'll have. We've got we've got one longer match, and then one match against the Grandmaster after this, and then we'll be into the beginning of the end. AlphaStar now decides to start making some roaches, but laying on that roach key, even throwing up a 4th base, which is pretty cool. The Diamond player's actually going for a sneaky Baneland attack, heading towards the 3rd base of AlphaStar. The Banes run in. They're actually going to kill off a pretty good chunk of drones. Wow, that was explosive. 12 drones in all going down. Good connection there. Oh, really well done by Really well done by the Diamond player going for that attack. AlphaStar, not really doing too much right now. Has one random Baneling moving out of the map. I guess that's the I want to find your Lings Baneling. However, I'm not sure what this Baney boy is going to be able to get done. Just runs right into the Queen. Like, hey. F you, Queen. That's what you get. Roaches killing off those Lings. 10 drones on the way for the Diamond player. Both these players just happily droning up. It's a happy macro game. No rush 10 is what the players kind of said. Upgrade lead going towards the Diamond, or actually no, it's going to be even. AlphaStar already has the +1 done, pardon me. AlphaStar is moving out on the map, up on supply by quite a margin, going for an attack. I'm not sure where all the Diamond player's supply is, but apparently it's in his supply block, as he can't really be making too much more now. He needs some more Overlords on the way, needs to make a bunch more units, as AlphaStar is actually going to be going for an attack, and AlphaStar has got a highly superior number of units, so the Diamond Zerg not really producing everything that he can. He's got 10 larvae. He's got the money to make 10 roaches. AlphaStar actually corrosive biled itself trying to hit this Overlord. Oh, AlphaStar. Oh, you make me laugh. More corrosive bile going down on it. Does actually get that Overseer. The Diamond player, the kind of odd thing is that he's had all these roaches be sitting on his doorstep, and he's really not been doing much. He's kind of just been dawdling along. Now he makes 10 more roaches. That's a little bit late, though. He's got a pretty good concave at the top of this ramp. Actually, it was an incredible concave, but he just didn't have enough. And I think AlphaStar, despite looking a little more derpy than usual in this game, is going to completely just roll over that Diamond Zerg. GG. Well done, AlphaStar. And yeah, that was pretty much the last, mid-tier alpha or lower-tier AlphaStar game. Normal one, as I said. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Discord, which is linked down below. There's a button for everything. And if you do want to support the channel, consider pressing that join button to consider becoming a member. As, yeah, there's a couple perks you can get there. My name is LaughNgamez. I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching.